Hi.
Yeah.
I called you
Yes.
because I'm a doctoral student of Dr. McDermott's, who's probably back there somewhere.
Meet you in person.
Thank you. Actually, my doctoral work is on the administration side. I'm a chief nurse and operations person in an organization. And what I've looked to do is use your theory to really look at organizational trust in terms of how the whole organization works to empower the nurse manager to get the things done they need to do to provide a safe environment for the patients and to also do good work in terms of retention of staff and hopefully retain them, the nurse manager. So here's my question. How do I work with the power with the word empowerment? Those seem, and I know I heard you earlier, I think I heard it correctly, which means they're very interchangeable, but I want to be sure because my doctoral work is hinging on that. So
I'm very happy to clarify this because it's a question that comes up a lot. But in terms of trust, Dr. Barbara Wright is back there, and she did a phenomenal study on power and trust that really had an impact on how I revised part of my theory to include that because it's a very key element. Now, in terms of power versus empowerment, empowerment is one of those forms of power. It's one of those ways power manifests. It's not power. Power, from my perspective, is our capacity to participate in knowing change by being aware, by making choices, by feeling free to carry out our choices, by involving ourselves in creating the changes that we're intending to make. Empowerment is one form that takes. The word empowerment, M, means putting into. And usually empowerment means there's some facilitator, a guide, a helper that will help people to let their power rise up, like in various kinds of consciousness raising groups or community organization and all kinds of ways. But it's important to realize they're not interchangeable. It's simply a form. And the thing about empowerment that could tinge on the negative, from my perspective, is that really we don't need somehow the idea, the basic concept, I've read it and studied this a lot, is about someone who has power who will be very generous and give it to someone who doesn't. That we don't want. It's not that idea. It's the helper, it's the teacher, like you and nurses with your patients, your clients. We are teaching them to use their power. And we could call that a form of empowerment if we want to. I think it's very confusing, so I don't usually do that. But I recognize that power and empowerment are different, and empowerment is one of the many, many forms of power.
thank you very much. I appreciate it.
And good luck in your study. I think that study is extremely important.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.